Happy Friday. Hey. Welcome back, darlings. How is your week? I feel like it was only yesterday that I was here, last Friday. It doesn't feel like it's been a whole week, but it's clearly been a whole week. But we're back. We're back. It's been a very busy week, if I do say so myself. But we are so back, which is amazing. How is your week been? Mine has been very speedy. Like, I genuinely feel like I was here not too long ago, but it's already Friday. I do not know where this week went, but she sure went. That's all I know. Like, it's crazy. I have been having a bit of technical issue with my webcam camera situation. Hey girl. But I'm hoping that it stays on. For some reason it keeps switching off midway, which I'm not sure why, I'm not sure why. We started working on the hooded cardigan last time, and this is how much we did. Ooh. And this is what we did from last time. Do you guys remember? So we have the body and we have the hood part, and that's exactly what we did last week. So this time around, so this is sort of like the front. In terms of how this fits around, it's a bit awkward, so I'm gonna have to watch quite a few videos when I get there just to make sure I do that right. But for now, this is what she looks like. Let's try to imagine it together. I'm gonna put this to the side, but I thought I'll just bring it here so we can see what we're working on. Today I kind of want to start working on the back, because that's the front panel. I want to work on the back panel so we can, like, start seeing some progress. I don't know what I'm panting, because like ain't like I've been anywhere other than trying to set up for this stream. This is the yarn we are using. It is the brown motte giant soft yarn, and this is $4.99. I got this a while ago, and I got this from, I believe, the range, but I think you can also get it from Wilkinson's if you are in the UK. If you're not in the UK, I don't know. I honestly do not know. But yeah, that's the only two stores I've been able to find the yarn. Otherwise, just find the name of the brand here. Trying to see if you guys can see it. Is that clear? Oh my god, this is what I mean. I think my camera is gone again. This is not good. I'm not sure why my camera keeps turning off every 2 seconds, but I clearly cannot go on like this. So I might have to try and use my webcam instead of my camera, because I'm gonna switch to my webcam on my laptop and really hope for the best, because I'm already set up and I don't want to not do this because my camera is turning off every 2 seconds. So I'm not sure how the quality is going to turn out, but a girl can try, and that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna try and see what happens, because yeah, the camera is not gonna cut it at all. I swear I'm always dealing with technical issues, and it's not fun at all. But we try our best. We absolutely try our best. Let's see how much. I have moved to the living room today just because why not? I'm gonna try the webcam and see what happens. Trying to see if I even remember how to use the webcam on this. Audio, media. There we go. Hey guys. I hope you guys can see me better, just because I really do not want to have to deal with technical problems or Evelyn. So I hope this works much better. I don't know how the pre-recording is going to be, but listen, I feel like that's the least of our problem right now, right? We just want this webcam thingy to work. So I'm gonna turn this off and take off my camera. Okay, so we're gonna have to use this. I'm just gonna slightly adjust this so it works better. Once I know for sure that it's working better. Yeah, that looks good. That absolutely looks good. And I'm gonna take what I can get. Perfect. Where were we? Let's start this again. Guys, please let me know if you can see and hear me properly, because I've had to make some changes. Now I'm a bit paranoid that, you know, you might not be able to hear me or see me properly. So if you can, please let me know. I am going to get started with the back panel of this project. I'd already shown you earlier what the front looks like, and I believe we were using a 12 mil on the work English, if I can hear. Yeah, we were using a 12mm hook, and this is the yarn that I'm using. I have some scraps left over, so I'm gonna use that for this. I also lost my phone. I can't even find my phone to save my life. Guys, when I tell you, it's just always fun whenever I'm about to go live. Everything be working super fine, and then I'm about to go live, and then I can't find nothing, I can't see nothing, nothing works. It's ridiculous. I feel like I can hear my phone vibrating around this house, but I can't find it, and I don't want to keep wasting my energy trying to find something that doesn't want to be found, clearly. So anyway, I did 20 chain for the front panel, so I'm going to do 40 for the back panel. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 15. I feel like I can hear my phone. Oh, there she is. Hey. Yep. Thank you. We found my phone, guys. By we, I didn't do nothing. but my phone is here now, so that's something. I'm just gonna put it in this drawer here by the table, and because of my dyslexia, I promise you I've absolutely lost count of where I was. So we're gonna start this again because I'd rather be safe than sorry. So I'm just gonna put my screen down so you can hear me or you can see what I'm doing better. Two, three, four, five, six, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. So this is what we did for the front last time, which is the front panel. So I'm going to do another 20 because we need double that for the back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So we got our 40. I just always just double whatever I've done for the front for the back, although this feels a bit baggy. So I'm gonna stick to it as 20 and I'm not gonna add any more. And I did a front, either a front or a back loop double crochet last time, and I'm sticking to the same. 1, 2, I should have got that a bit closer to me. I'm not even sure if I looped it or not. Let's get it closer. Yep, definitely looped. I know it's such a chaotic start to this live stream, but let's have fun. How has your week been? What have you been up to? What movie or show or music have you watched, listened to, seen lately that you're just like, oh, that was absolutely fun? Let me know in the comment section. I'm not gonna lie, my webcam looks so much clearer than my camera did. So if this works, we might just stick to the webcam moving forward if this is really the quality she's given, because I'm just like, girl, I can literally like see all my pores and it's like, what's going on? Last week I started pretty late, so I was even trying to start a lot sooner today, but still we're not very early, are we? Anyway, what have you been watching, guys? I'm only asking because myself and my husband, we watched this I think it's called Children of Men. That was a movie and a half. I don't know if it's a movie or a drama, whatever it was. That left us utterly speechless. Like at some point in the movie, we literally had to hold each other's hands. And that's coming from me that love watching horror. I watch horror movies. I have no problem watching horror movies at all. But I was shook at. I was just like, what is going on here? Like what is absolutely happening? I did not expect anything that happened in that movie to happen. We had to watch a comedy after, but also I feel like if you're if you're one of those people that have like weird dreams after watching horror movie, make sure you watch something else before bed. Don't just watch horror movie and go to sleep. Like, of course you're gonna have nightmare, darling. Like, you need to make sure you watch something else before you sleep. But that movie was very, very scary in a very interesting way. Like, they weren't doing too much, but they were doing just enough to keep you tense. From the beginning of that movie, we were so tense, to be fair. Crazy, crazy, crazy movie. I think it's also the use of sound that made it so intense. If you've watched it, let me know. I believe the movie is called Children of Men. Let me know what you think in the comment section. Like, how did you find it? Was it scary for you, or was it just us? Like, what's going on? Do, 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 do. Also, what do you guys think of my new backdrop? I decided to use the living room today. Usually I would use my sewing studio, but I was like, why not? Why not use the living room? I'm testing out some different ideas for backdrop, and I very much like the whole drapey cotton type effect. So I've been using that for like my photos, and I thought I might as well give it a go for today. Our living room happens to be one of the warmest places in the whole house. As you can imagine, we spend so much time here. It's absolutely crazy. We're always in this living room. It's so cozy and comfortable. Like, it just, yeah, it's one of those places you can't help but just spend so much time in. I have tried to do a live stream here before, but it didn't quite work as much as I would have wanted it to. Just because I was sat on the sofa, I found it not so comfortable. Like, the sofa is comfortable, but it wasn't comfortable when I'm trying to work, if that makes sense. But anyway, let me know what you think of this setup. Do you like it? Do you think it's better than the other? Oh, it has been raining in England. Has like honestly, the UK it's literally been raining non-stop for like since the year started. It feels like the whole of this week is rained every single day. It's been foggy. It looks really yeah, it looks crazy. The weather is just it's just stressing me out. Maybe that's why I didn't even realize when the week just ran out on me because I think I must have only stepped outside this whole week twice or three times, but nothing more than that because what am I looking for outside in the rain? It's ridiculously pouring. Yeah, it's absolutely not fun at all. We have done a first roll. Something about the first row that I absolutely love. It really just feels like the start of something amazing, and I love that. So that is done. We can now move on to the second row. I honestly feel like I'm addicted to using this stitch at this point. I promise you guys I do use other stitches, but because I've been working with a lot of chunky yarn, because I am trying to get them all done, like I have bought this chunky yarn for a reason, and I'm like, this is the year I actually use them up as much as I can. I just can't help but use similar yarn, and because of that case I'm using similar pattern, or should I say similar stitch pattern if I can speak, because it works really well for this project and this yarn. But I do have other side quests and other crochet projects that I'm doing, and those are completely different yarn and also different stitches that I'm using for them. Also, is anybody here celebrating Valentine's? What are you guys doing for Valentine's? Thank you. I'm glad you like the variety, because you know, you can't just not switch things up. I know that's very random of me to ask what's everyone doing for Valentine and going dead quiet. I have a project in mind that I would love to do for Valentine's. I mean, I love wearing red generally. And also, I don't necessarily wear red for like reds for like Valentine's. I just, yeah, preferably I wouldn't wear red if when I do go out for Valentine's and all that stuff. However, I kind of feel like the project is a perfect excuse to do this project. The project Valentine is a I cannot speak to save my life. Valentine is a perfect excuse to do this project just because it's red, not necessarily because I would wear only red because it's Valentine, if that makes sense. But so far so good this year. I've really been loving wearing red. I think it's because I'm so over the dullness and the raining, and everything just feels a bit too doom and gloom for me. So I've just had to use colors in my wardrobe to kind of like brighten my mood a bit more, just because I don't want it to be gray all the time. Like I feel like this is the longest winter ever, 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 and it's absolutely, it feels like it's dragging on. I'm so over it. I'm literally so over it. Although on the plus side, I have done some really, really fun pieces. And I feel like this is the first winter where I've gotten around to doing a lot more of the things I wanted to do before the season ends. But at the same time, I'm over it. I can't lie. Guys, we are done with the second row. And she looks like this. Have you had any chance to make the outfit for this Valentine? No, I have an idea for an outfit that I want to make. I was just saying it's a really fun DIY upcycle type project that I'm thinking of doing. So hopefully this week I can actually squeeze that in because I really want to bring that piece to life. I think it'll be fun. I have quite a bit of unfinished projects that is making me feel like it feels like too many open tabs on my brain. I need to try and get them done this week. This week / this weekend. And then I can feel like, yeah, breathe and get on with the next step. And the next thing on the agenda for February. February is going to be such a busy month for us, but also quite an exciting one at the same time. Yeah, I am very much looking forward to doing something fun for Valentine's in terms of the outfit. But like I said, February is going to be such a busy month. We might just end up celebrating at a different time, if that makes sense. And especially like, oh, where the weather is such a misery, I can't be asked to dress up and then wear like fur coat or be all like in, winter glam. I don't want winter glam. I'm ready to like wear a little cute dress, a little tiny skirt and be out. So I'm just like, no, 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 no. I want to do Valentine's on a nicer weather or whatever else you want to call it, because being cute and being rained on, I just don't enjoy it. Yes, it would be in the car and all that stuff and we drive to the location, but most places don't have a car park in front of their door. You still have to come out of the car park and walk out and go into the rain, even just for 2 seconds. I don't want that to be my case. Okay, I have used up all of that yarn. I think she actually went quite far, so almost 3 line. So I'm gonna move on to this. I have quite a lot of this yarn, just like random little selections floating around, so I'm trying to use them all up before I start with a fresh pack. So we're here. I'm just going to put that there and then take this, bring it here and that, and I'm just gonna tie it up here. If you guys want like a proper not intense, but a close-up video of how I attach my yarn, let me know. It depends on the project, the size of the project, the type of yarn I'm using. Not all of them are the same. I wouldn't attach them all the same way, but do let me know and I can show you guys the different ways that I attach yarn when working on projects. Oh, that is an interesting one. Would I rather have a personal chef or a chauffeur? I'm not gonna lie, I am a huge homebody. Like, I don't actually like leaving my house except I must. I'm not gonna lie. Like, people who know me know that as much as I am outgoing when I'm out, I love the comfort of my home. Sorry, nails. I love being at home. I love being on my sofa. I love being in cozy clothes. I love the candles on. I love all of that. I absolutely enjoy being in the house. So I feel like a chauffeur would be lost on me, because I feel like to have someone driving you everywhere, you kind of actually need to want to go everywhere. And I don't really like going everywhere like that. I'm quite selective with the places that I go to. I have to absolutely love you to want to step out of my house for you. Like, let me just put it that way. I literally have to. But as someone who don't drive and someone who gets driven to everywhere, I'm very tempted. I'm very tempted to be like, yes, of course, I would love to have someone on standby. But I'm also very like cautious of waste. And I'm like, I would love to have someone I can call when I need to go somewhere. Because even stuff like date night, it'd be nice if my husband don't drive. Like, we can just go and be driven. Why not? Like, but he does most of the driving. He's a good driver, so, and he enjoys it. Well, I think he does. you know but in terms of a chef, I think I'll definitely go for a chef over someone driving me around, just because I am a absolute foodie. I love to eat. I love good food. I love my food. I love my own cooking, and I love the cooking of those around me. But I would love to have a chef so they can like introduce me to new flavors and new ways of making things and new things that I haven't taught about myself. Do you get what I mean? Like, because sometimes you make good food, but you're always eating your food. So it'd be nice to actually eat someone else's food every now and again. It'd be nice to eat someone else's invention. And I'm quite experimental with my food. I quite like to take risk with my food as well. Like, I'm not one of those people who's like, oh, I can only eat this and I can only eat that. No, my criteria is the quality of the ingredients and the cleanliness of the chef. Like, one thing I hate is a messy chef, like a messy cook. I am that person judging you. I'm judging how many times are you washing your hands? How many times are you cleaning the pot? Like, how is the state of your kitchen looking? If I come into your kitchen and she's looking tired, she's looking like it might be infested, I'm not eating there. I'm not gonna lie. I am absolutely not eating there. So yeah, I think on that question, I definitely would go for a personal chef over a chauffeur, but I have to definitely get into my exercise bag, because having someone on standby just stuffing food at your face, especially good food, yeah, yeah. Because the way I went from not being able to put on any type of weight to now putting on weight in such increasing amounts lately. I'm just like, yeah, I can't even snooze on myself at all. At this rate, I will not be able to climb the stairs, and we don't want that. So that's my only hesitation with a chef. But thank God for exercising, because I'd rather be on that treadmill working my butt off than not eat well. Food is not a trade-off for me. I'm not gonna lie. Good food is not a trade-off for me. How about you guys? Would you rather a chauffeur or a personal chef? I think that's an interesting question. I guess it really depends on your lifestyle. Oh, trying to get comfy in this chair. A chef, right? Yeah, I have to agree with you. I think I'll definitely go with a chef as well. The reason I'm not doing the second panel for this is because I do that on my shorts. That way I can also go into details of, like, what I'm doing. And if you guys wanted to go back and have a look, you can have something to have a look at, if that's even the right English. So I'm going to do the back panel. I think I'm going to do all of it. Well, I don't know if I'm going to do all of it this evening, but I'm going to do a majority of it, and I can finish the rest of screen. Wow, guys, I can't speak to save my life today. I honestly do not know. Well, most of the time I can't speak to save my life, but I'm especially struggling today. Let's see if I can lean on this table without moving everything. One thing I really need to invest in is a good not desk, a desk, but aside from that, is a really good chair, working chair that I can adjust and live stream off, edit off, and all that stuff. Hopefully, I can find something decent in the next few months. Just something comfortable that supports my back. Has anyone got any exciting weekend plans? What are we doing this weekend? Still very much contemplating adding a zip to this cardigan. I'll see how she turns out before decided. It would either be a zip or a fastening. I'm thinking of adding a clasp, but I'm thinking of making mine like with the same yarn or something. I'm not sure if I would succeed, but if you don't try, you do not know. So it's something I'm actually like, I need to experiment with and see how it would look. One and two. Okay, I think we are on our fourth row. It should look something like this, which I absolutely do not mind. I think I'm actually gonna jump on TikTok just because, you know, whilst I'm here, why not? And before I couldn't find my phone, hence the reason I didn't. But now that I have my phone here, might as well. If anyone is curious, my TikTok name is exactly same as my name on here. So if you want to go ahead and follow me on TikTok, do. I'm just going to put that as literally like just going to have it sat here. And I'm going to put that I feel like there's so many different type of contents, and I try to decide which platform is best for which. So if you guys want to see what I get up to from one platform to the next, then be my guest. The more the merrier. I wouldn't say my YouTube is more serious content, but I say my shorts, I kind of post a similar number of things that I post on TikTok on short, but then the long form is obviously slightly different because I do try to be more in depth with what I'm posting there, so you guys can see what I'm doing in full detail. It's not quite a full tutorial, but it is getting close. I think I'll call the style of videos I post more like a content breakdown as opposed to a full-on tutorial. This is how I did it. This is everything I did. I just sort of like take you guys on the journey and we kind of discover together. Hey, hey, hey. Hey guys. How we doing? Thanks for tuning in. Hey girl. Hey Tam. How you doing, girl? I have some really exciting content idea for this year. I'm really hoping I get around to doing at least majority of them. I'm deciding to just I'm gonna do different projects at different times. I'm not gonna keep waiting till like, is it summer? Is it winter? Can I do this for spring? I'm just gonna do what I wanna do when I wanna do it, because it's always gonna be summer somewhere. It's always gonna be spring somewhere. It's always gonna be winter somewhere. So if I kind of wanna do it, I would just have to go for it. Because, for instance, I feel like I should have started off on my spring summer wardrobe by now, but I still have quite a lot of winter project that I haven't finished. And I'm like, I kind of want to finish this. I don't want to wait for next summer to, like, next winter to finish this. Like, it feels like it's dragging. So I do have at least one other project that I'm like, I need to finish this before winter ends, or before the cold season ends in the UK at least. No, I hate when I realize that this is not a complete yarn. Like, how many little pieces are this? I don't mind attaching yarn if I must. I hate when I'm just doing it for the sake of doing it. Okay, we are coming to the end of the string, since she decided to just give up on me. I'm just gonna push it as far as I can. Okay. If it's half again, I'm leaving it halfway because I'm not actually ready to kill myself over nothing. There's a touch. And now we have these two babies here. tie for extra security. Among all the different ways I've tested out for attaching yarn, I honestly prefer this method. It just gives me so much peace of mind. It feels secured, like she is going to stay exactly where she's at. I'll just put that in. I'm easily overwhelmed, so I had to figure out a way to hide the stitches when I attach a new roll of yarn as much as possible, because I don't want to have to come back after I'm thinking, oh, I've finished the project, it's all done, and then I'm coming back to be fighting to trim every single yarn and every single join. I hate that for me. So look, if I can hide all the seams, I will hide all the seams. Like what yarn? Yeah, it never happened. I think that's one of the main reasons I actually prefer attaching my yarn this way as well. It allows me to just hide it within the stitches. Oh, happy Friday. Honestly, this is genuinely the fastest week. So far, so good this year. Oh. One, two, three, four, five. So that is a fifth row done. This feels like a very nice and cozy jumper cardigan, whatever you want to call it. I know a lot of my projects that I've shared lately, I've used a 10 or 15 or even 12 millimeter, but I am working on a different jumper, and you guys will not even believe, I think I'm actually using a 14 millimeter for that, and I'm also working on a different 14, a 4 millimeter should I say, which is very far from this huge chunky hook sizes that I've been using. So once that is getting to a substantial position, I can share that with you guys. I'm actually quite excited for that project, but I need to not get rid, but I want to use up all of this chunkier yarn. I don't want it to last another year, because there's clothes that I could be wearing, guys. For some reason, I can't actually see the messages as they come. I keep only seeing it after I'm done. So I am not ignoring anyone. I literally just can't happen to see it. But it seems like I can't see it. I don't make the rules. I'm just letting you guys know how it works on my end. If you could build your dream home tomorrow, where would it be? And what are your must haves for the design? Somewhere tropical. If I could build my dream home, it would be somewhere where there is sunshine. Like, I genuinely, I really, 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 really did not know how much more miserable, wet, rainy, cold, tiring days I can take, because it just ruins the whole mood. I just, yeah. Yeah. So I would say my first criteria would be that my home, if I could build it, would be somewhere tropical, somewhere warm, and I kind of want somewhere where it's like, I'd want the plot or the land or the grants or whatever it is to be like a bit of the outskirts of the city, so it's not too far to reach the city, but you're not like in the city, if that makes sense. I love an apartment, but after living in a house, I've lived in a few houses, I've lived in a few apartments. I actually quite love a house as well. So I need to be able to combine some elements of an apartment and a house to get my dream home. So in terms of the backyard, yes guys, I really have thought about this much. Like, never too small, interior, architectural digest, and what's it called, homeworthy. I'm right there. I'm the first person on the queue when a new home comes in, because I'm just like, yes, let me see how, the rich people are living. By rich, I'm not necessarily saying like, oh, I don't really care for like the wealthy people and the billionaires and the, you know, trillionaires and whatever else they're coming up with these days. But I mean, like, people who just have taste and have style and have the money to afford to build up their dream, be it their dream home, their dream closet, their dream art pieces, collectibles, and all that stuff. Anyway, I digress. I would want like the New York style type extension houses that have balconies on all the floors on the back. I love a townhouse. Let's start with that. A townhouse, because I feel like that's the closest a house is to an apartment, because you have all your balconies, you have the length, like the height, and you have different levels as well. But the only difference is that they're all yours, as opposed to an apartment where it's just like, yeah, it's different levels, but you're sharing that with other people. So if I could have my dream home, it would be a townhouse, and the backyard would very much be a New York type, you know, style home, where there is like the balconies that connect to the outside living. I love an outside space. Hence the reason I really want somewhere tropical, so that I can actually go outside. As someone who don't like going outside, if I go out to my garden, that's also outside. But if your garden is also a vibe, then even more reason why you don't want to be outside. I don't know. I would think like having access to the balcony, a townhouse, somewhere hot, or having balconies, should I say, not access to the balcony, and just a really nice garden that you can have outdoor kitchen in. I don't think I'm actually keen on having a swimming pool like that. I don't know who's cleaning it. It just feels like that's a lot of space. That's a lot of work. That's a lot of maintenance, and I'm just like, I don't know. I like looking at homes with, swimming pools and all that stuff. I just don't know if I would want to have one of them. But you never know. If you have the money, you probably have the means to take care of it. But I would say a townhouse with balconies at the back. I love when a house look understated from the outside, but then when you go in, it's literally like, yes, this person knows what they're doing. That's my type of house. I can't think off my head any other thing that I really would want, but those are the main elements of the house that I would want to have. In terms of the beauty, in terms of interior, I would have to think about that a lot more. I also love changing interiors, like the decoration around our home, just because sometimes you get bored of something. I was watching one of this like Never Too Small. I don't know, it wasn't Never Too Small. I think it was Homeworthy. And this lady had a collection of artwork and art pieces. And every other month or two or three, she would switch them up around her home. I was like, that is such a good idea. Of course, you have to have space to store them, to go around and like, change them around and stuff like that. But I thought that was so cool. Like, it feels like a mini gallery because each individual piece kind of work at different times around her home to create the different moods that she's after. I absolutely love that for her. But yeah, I don't feel like I'm crocheting as fast as I would love to think I'm crocheting today. But listen, the pace is the pace. I'm just glad I was able to show up today because I was so tempted to be like, "Ah, guys, I will live stream tomorrow." But I have to stick to my own schedule and literally show up for me and for you guys, or at least show up for me so you guys can take me seriously, you know. 7, I believe we are about 7 rows done. I wish I'm so much faster than I am, but you know what, we're just gonna go at our own pace. There we go. I know a back loop hates to see me come in. Honestly, I love a good back hook stitch. Like, it just makes everything look so good. I love textures when I'm crocheting, hence the reason I would always choose a pattern or a stitch that gives the most tension, not tension, texture when I'm working, just because I feel like it adds dimension to the piece. I'm not really a fan of just like a flat looking piece. I absolutely, this is one of the reasons I really loved my rose skirt. Was it a lot of work? Absolutely. However, the texture, even when I wear it now, it just feels so playful and so fun, and all the textures and all the individual roses and stuff. But when I was doing it, at some point I was just like, who sent me? But once it's done, it's absolutely worth it. I think it's one of the reasons I love patchwork as well, just from all the different textures that each piece bring to a design. I love that. Wow, how is it almost 9 o'clock, guys? Where does the day go? I really want to add pockets to this project. I usually don't get to add pockets. I say I will, but I never get around to it. But this time around, I'm definitely adding some pockets. We're coming to the end of this yarn, and then we can go in with a fresh one soon. And how much do we have? We have this much left of the yarn. So we are getting somewhere. Guys, I'm actually like being too hard on myself, because what do you mean? I'm actually doing some good work here. From 0 to something. I am excited for you guys to see the results of this cardigan, but the second cardigan that I'm working on, I can't wait to see. Let's see. Oh, nice. Nice, Debbie. What colors are your unicorn granny squares? Guys, I cannot believe I cannot do granny squares to save my life. I think I've tried once. They're so Difficult. Thank you so much. But granny squares are not as easy as everyone makes them out to be, honestly. I have one project I believe I did, and that's it. I don't think I've gone back to working on a granny square. What colors are your granny square, Debs? And what are you making? Unicorn. But are you gonna make a cardigan out of it, or neon pink and green background? Oh, that's gonna look so good when you're done. That sounds pretty actually. I love watching videos of everyone else doing their granny squares, and I'm just like, yeah, that was fun. That was I enjoyed that, but that's not gonna be me. So this is where we are. And this is the yarn I'm using, guys, in case you weren't there when I started. It is the brown multi giant soft yarn, and I got this from the range, I believe. I think I got this from the range, but you can also get it from Wico if you're in the UK. If you're not in the UK, I am so sorry, I do not know where you can get it from. Take a screenshot. This is what it looks like. This is what it looks like. Okay. Let's attach. Let's see. Can I squeeze one more roll out of you? Yep. So one. Oh, that's gonna be a very, very nice blanket. Is the blanket for you or for someone? Is it a gift? I've only made one blanket and it was a gift. Maybe I just always assume every blanket is sort of like a gift. They make such nice gifts, in my opinion. Because who doesn't love a blanket? Who doesn't need a blanket? Old or small, you know? It's cozy. It's beautiful. It's comfortable. Okay, so that's tied. And then we can move on. We have started with the new yarn. Ah, that would be lovely. A pink and green. That's a nice color combination. Pink and green always looks good. I am in the UK. Yes, I am. And I try to crochet as much as I can. I actually enjoy crocheting, luckily for me. So, a lot, yes. Am I quick? Probably not that fast. I have made quite a few things and have been working on making my wardrobe, which I would say has actually been quite fun. I do plan to crochet even more and stuff. But in terms of live streaming, I try to live stream at least once every week, and I do that on Fridays, which is what we're doing right now. I feel like it's such a nice way to decompress after the long week and a good way to usher us into the weekends. So, yeah. Nice. Do you have a channel? What do you usually crochet? Do you crochet mostly for yourself or for people around you? I would say I mostly crochet for myself, actually. I like what I like and I make what I like. I don't I don't necessarily want to make for other people, like, but that's not true. I do enjoy making things for other people, but I just don't have enough time. It doesn't feel like there's enough hours in the day for all of that. Where are you tuned in from? Are you also in the UK? Oh, nice. Are you having better weather than the UK? Because it's been raining for like 2 weeks non-stop. That is nice. It is so much easier to crochet for yourself. I don't mind crocheting for other people that sort of like appreciate what I do. Oh, I am so absolutely jealous. I didn't remember the last time we saw the sun in the UK. Honestly, guys, I don't remember the last time we saw the sun. She's been hiding from us. Like, I would even take the winter sun, you know, when it's sunny but it's icy cold. Well, so far so good. We don't even have that. I totally agree. A gift definitely has to be tailored to a person. But I think maybe because I'm somebody who I'm very particular with my gifts, I actually like take my time. I genuinely don't want to force a gift on someone. I think I'd rather just buy you something you want than make something, if that makes sense, because I'm very particular when it comes to gifting. I want what I want and I don't want to pretend that I like a bad gift. It did snow in some parts of the UK, mostly in like Northern Ireland and Wales, like in Scotland, but not so much so around here. I was actually quite irritated because during Christmas, during December and stuff like that, I think down to early January, it was snowing everywhere else but here, but where we are, we're sort of like in the middle. And it's like, if I'm gonna be cold, at least give me some snow so I can, you know, I can take some cute pictures, but we didn't even get any snow, so I wasn't even able to take any cute pictures for the snow. So I just knew it snowed somewhere, just couldn't see it, you know? Which is just like, yeah, whatever. Oh no, that's my microphone. Just get you guys closer. Oh, you mean the 40-degree cold and the sun is out? All this time, Debs, I genuinely thought you meant 40-degree sunshine and the sun is out. Fair enough. Yeah, I don't actually do well in the snow. I don't know how much more. I don't mind it on the first few days because it looks nice. And like I said, you can take cute pictures and do fun videos. But when it starts melting, oh, that's when you have to be careful so you don't fall down and die because it's just so slippery on the road and it's uncomfortable and it doesn't look pretty anymore. Yeah. Honestly, snow is such a fleeting thing. Do you like the snow at least? I'm just here talking about how much I don't enjoy the cold, but you might. You might actually not mind it. Guys, I think we're getting somewhere. That's good. As long as you don't mind it, that's all that matters. That is all that absolutely matters. Do you have any other projects in mind after you finish making your blanket? Or do you have any other projects you're working on whilst you're making your blanket? I just assume that way because I have like 3 other projects aside from this that I'm working on. I wonder if you're the same, or if you stick to one project and you have the discipline to just stick to that project and finish it before you move on to another project. Do, 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 do. Oh, I actually do not know. How do you even pronounce it again? Origami? Origami? I want to try one of those, but I don't feel brave enough. None do I feel like I have the time to experiment at the moment. But once I'm settled, I definitely want to give it a go. They look super cute though. What animal are you making? Are they very blah 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 blah? Are they fairly quick for you to make as well? Oh, I call love it. That's actually gonna be so cute. That is actually gonna be so cute. Hmm. How long would that roughly take you to make? I definitely want to give it a go. I'm just not sure how much time it would take or what animal I would want to do actually. I haven't thought that far. A giraffe maybe. I'll probably do a giraffe or an eagle. Okay, I'll definitely check her out when I'm ready and get some patterns of her. Wait, actually, let's just make sure we put this in the right place. Yeah. That's not too bad actually. Yeah, I think I'll do something like an eagle or a giraffe, or maybe an elephant. Those would be the three things I probably would want to do. Something quite basic that I've actually wanted to do for a while, but I've not had the time to, is a cushion cover. I feel like when it's time for us to change a cushion for the season, I'm actually going to crochet some, just so I don't have to try and find the right shades and colors and stuff. I might just get the yarn I need and make some cushion covers. Yeah, I have to agree. I think a giraffe would be quite cool. I'll see if she has the pattern for either a bed, some type of eagle, or a giraffe. That would be fun to make. I'll make a small sample, and if I enjoy it, then I can make a bigger one. Not sure what you mean by how many people show up. I think if you click on my channel, you should be able to see everything to do with views and viewership, if that's what you're asking about. It varies on the live. I'm sure you can see the view on this live at the moment. I see. Well, I'm guessing your view and my view would be different. So what you're saying is not probably what I'm saying. Let's see. I hope I haven't missed any of your questions, guys. For some reason, I never see the questions until I'm out, and then TikTok will be like, you got this many questions. And I'm like, yeah, then why didn't you send me the message while I was here? I'm just trying to see if there's any messages that I haven't shared, answered. If I do not answer you guys, it's not because I'm ignoring, it's literally because I cannot see it. So my apologies in advance. On the plus side, I actually think I'll be able to finish the back panel before the end of this live stream today, which is great news, because at first I thought, oh, I'm not gonna be able to finish, but so far so good. It's been good. So far so good. It's been good. Because then next week, or at least the next time I'm on here, we can actually start working on the sleeves, which will be so fun. I cannot wait. Because once both sleeves are done, then that's us ready to get the cardigan assembled and good to go. So 1 and 2, just drag it up. So this is how much we've done. If you guys know anything about me by now, is the fact that I love crop clothes. I love things that are not extremely too long, except they have to be. So this is the front panel that we did last Friday. and this is the back panel. I'm just trying to see how much more I need to make, how far we've done. Oh, okay. If we're going by this measurements, it's saying that I'm almost there. Guys, this is just like 2 more rows and I'm actually done. Which would be even better news. Because what do you mean? That would be absolutely perfect. Okay. 2 more to go. We like it, we like it, we like it. Well, good thing I decided to check this out. I would have been here going and going for hours, only for me to realize that I have over crocheted as usual, and we ain't got energy for that. On to the next one. Thanks for the subscription. Appreciate it. Welcome to the family. I hope you like some of the things that we've made already. If you guys want to go ahead and follow me and subscribe, do not be shy. Join in on the family. At least that way you get notified when I live stream on Fridays. I have at least been working on just showing up every Friday as much as I can. So I don't have an exact time yet. I can't say to you guys for a certain I show up every Friday at 6 p.m. or every Friday at 7:55, because sometimes that's really how it goes. Today I was fighting with my... Thank you. Today I was fighting with my camera setup and everything. I thought I had it all figured out, and my camera was like, no, I don't feel like being your webcam today. So I've had to use the webcam on my Mac, and if the quality is rubbish, I am so sorry. I did the best that I could, but I figured it's better to show up than not to show up. So in terms of timing, we're still working on that. Baby steps, one step at a time. But in terms of me showing up Friday, I would do my absolute best to show up on Fridays, except for like weekends where we're away or weekends where we're busy, in which case I try to let you guys know as well in the community tab to say, hey, I'm not feeling okay, or I'm not up to it today, or I'm busy. So do bear with me and check the community tab to see what I'm up to, you know? Like, why is she not showing up? Oh, I can already see this outfit being so absolutely stunning. I am working on a skirt as well for this look. So if you guys want to see that, make sure you're subscribed to my channel, because that is going to be a short that I'll be sharing with you guys. I feel like a cardigan and a cute little skirt number is always the dream combination. On that note, we are on our last roll. Drum roll, please, guys. Your girl actually made it. Just checking the tension on the side. Absolutely perfect. I used a 12 millimeter. In a second for this turns off. Yeah, I used a 12 millimeter if you were in here when I started earlier, and I used 20 chain for this back panel, and as you guys can see, she actually fits pretty well. We love it. Okay, let's focus on our last row. Thank you. Drum roll indeed. Especially because when I started, I wasn't even sure if I would be able to finish the back panel today. So I'm happy to see that she is going to be done. Mm-mm-mm. Oh, we are almost there. No, 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 no. Guys, it's always the last that wants to start doing too much. Like, come on. Just sort you out. Wow. There we go. Fighting for my life here. Okay. Da-da. That is it. I am going to be blocking this later so that I can actually get it to relax. But I'm just doing this now to stretch out the tension around the edges. And then I can block it properly when it's all done. But this is going to be my back row for this cardigan. I think it's pretty much long enough. I need to see what it looks like when I'm standing up, but I feel too lazy to do that right now. So if I need to add a bit more, I can do that. But for now, I think we have enough. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So I have about 14 rows or lines, should I say. And like I said, I actually prefer a crop type cardigan than a long type cardigan. Thank you so much. I'm glad you like. So I'm going to leave it at 14. If I need it to be any longer, I can always come and add more. I don't want to do too much and then I need it to be shorter. And then I've wasted my time, you know? I've wasted my time and my energy. And we don't like wasting time and energy. It's such a good stretch, but I hope it's not too see-through. It is the reason I chose the back loop double crochet stitch, because I have to be careful because this is quite a chunky yarn. When working with it, I have to be careful what stitch I go with so it's not too chunky. It's not too chunky, so it's not transparent or see-through. So I can just like wear it without needing to line, because I really hate lining clothes. If I can avoid lining for the rest of my life, I absolutely will. So this is what we've done. We got a back panel and we got one front panel. By the time you see me next Friday, I should definitely have 2 of the panels done. The only reason I haven't done the second one is because I'm filming that as a short just to show the process. So I'm gonna do that, post it up on shorts, and then we would be able to start working on the sleeves, which will be absolutely fun. I think I have some pins somewhere here, some clips, so I can see. Is my clips upstairs? I am not going upstairs if that's where they are. I'm so sorry, guys. I love you, but I'm not going upstairs and coming back down. So the only thing that I'm worried about is understanding how this is going to work. I swear I've watched so many videos and it still hasn't made sense to me. I'm very dyslexic. When it comes to patterns and stuff like this that involve logic, that's where my dyslexia, voila, can't even speak, That's where my dyslexia likes to shine. Look at the perfection of this, by the way, guys. This is the front and the back panel fits like an absolute glove. I love it for me. So it's going to be something like this, I believe. And then the hood. Wait. I think I figured it out. And then the hood bends over this way. It might not make any sense to you guys because obviously the way I'm holding it, but it's making a lot of sense and I love that. But thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. This cardigan is coming together pretty nicely and I absolutely am loving it. It is so cozy, it's soft, and I love me a soft, cozy, comfortable outfit or clothes or garments, and I'm really happy with the progress. I am going to go. I'm gonna love you guys and leave you guys, and I will see you guys next Friday, or I will see you guys before. But with the way my week has been and the way the whole of this month is looking, I doubt that I'll be able to show up for 2 days a week on the live stream, so it'll probably just be next Friday. At least I'd rather show up on Friday than not show up, at all, or whatever the case is. But I love you guys loads. Have blah 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 blah. Thanks for hanging out with me. Have a lovely weekend, morning, evening, night, wherever you're watching from. I'll see you guys later. Bye. Bye. Bye, guys.